So anyway, this is I Quit Poker Part 2. I felt like I had more to say about the subject. I'm not a great video blogger, so, I'm nervous. I felt like I had a lot more to say about poker. One of the things I think are, kind of, high point in my career, when I was thinking about, oh, I want to win the World Series of Poker, or, oh, I want to make $1 million playing poker or a ginormous score. One thing that, a lot of people don't think about is when people come and say, oh, I'm a lifetime winner of poker. Are you? Are you? Poker has changed and evolved. Um, even like some of the bigger players, you can really, trace their career back to some very pivotal moments where they've, broke through. I can remember early on actually, where bankrolls are quite large now. I would say, the walking around poker player when I got started, his bankroll was not very large. That being said, I encountered a lot of these pros before their careers. I don't really want to drop names because I was nowhere a part of that. I don't want to imply any of that, but you know, it's going to be one of these things where, it's like a defining moment in your career. And, besides that, I mean, everybody wants to be a poker player, right? You get some, gangster roll, lots of hundreds. I mean, that's very nice. But, in general, when people, talk about their career or they take and, you know, imply that they've had, some enormous success. Some, even I know players that have won $1 million and, basically been broke because, I mean, really the progression of the game, is quite difficult. Also, like when you think about, okay, what Doug Polk did, if you're familiar with his bankroll situation. This guy made folds at the 1 cent, 2 cent level that I would just be like, you know what I'm saying? 8 cents, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna lay this down. I mean, it takes incredible discipline. The game has evolved and changed to something always so different. It is something that you need to think about. Poker is not the same game it was a few years ago. Um, Is the poker boom over? The poker boom, I think, isn't necessarily over. I mean, you look at the numbers of the World Series of Poker, there's still heavy interest in the game, but I contend that, like No Limit fleeces the losing players so badly. And, if you're disciplined and a winner in the game, which it is much easier to be a winner in No Limit than, say, fighting for single bets, when you play limit, you get all your money in the middle when you got, a huge hand and, you can really dominate, that's going to be a really winning edge over the long term. So, but in general, I would say that, it's a path, it's a walk, you have to be, it's easy to see these, people say, oh, come in through the side door when but I could define my career as always, learning something new, always, you know, playing a game, which to give you a parallel to that, like the Parliament Omaha coming on. There's been Parliament Omaha for a long time. The interest in the game and stuff like that and the action in the game is very fast and furious, but I think that the structured betting of pot limit actually helps that game versus, 1-2 no limit. That's a ridiculous game. It's a ridiculous game. Somebody raises like $6. You got, some ace queen. Let's just say ace queen because that's such a, hand that you can throw away and a hand that, should be good a lot of the time. and what you got $120 or something like that. I mean, what are you doing with that hand? I mean, this becomes a morphing of your ability, your game experience, going up through the ropes, winning a lot of money. I wouldn't say that I've been in some situation where I've won millions, but I definitely have done, a lot of good things and made a lot of money and experienced some high points and low points in the poker career. I felt poker had a lot more going on for it when it was, past the deck. Again, that's, low ball game where, four or five players, are playing game, and it's really, moved into, what it is now, which is, lots of no limit action, lots of, but I believe that if you look at poker on its merits, what you want from it and what you want to achieve, I think that, you know, one, you're going to have to find games that you can beat. Beating means, not all spots are great. Uh, you know, two, how are you going to finance that into your life? Three, how long are you going to try that? Because I will tell you, one of the other misconceptions about the game, are, oh, it's a lifetime game, or, I had, many losing years and many winning years. A winning player can go on a long time losing. I've been on losing streaks that would just frankly make you want to quit. You were just like, what the fuck? Could I be beaten anymore? Could I be any more unlucky? But, statistics say that, yeah, you can be unlucky and you will get unlucky, and, you know, it'll drive you into the ground in some cases. So, I hope you enjoyed the second video of this. I hope you understood. I mean, feel like I had a lot to say on the subject. I am passionate about poker. I still watch the content. Um, I know it was mouthful, but I hope it reaches you in the sense where, where is poker going to take me? What experiences am I going to have? And will I get in a situation to make $1 million playing the game? If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.